So welcome to architectural modeling in the first phase. So first we'll do the framework and we'll add the junior to it afterwards. As you can see, we have the file here, which is pretty clear and you can see all the details in it. And it will be helpful to us to have such a clear file in AutoCAD because it will be much easier to learn from it. So let us go to this section over here. And the first thing that we'll work on is cutting out the levels and making them clear. And as you can see, this is how you can specify the different levels, like this. Now, if you pay attention, you can see the architectural code and then the structural code, which are very important to us, and we'll be making our progress based on them from now on. So before we open up Revit, let's memorize these numbers over here. Minus 2.5, and if we go over here, we also have another minus 2.5 for the foundation number. Now let's go to the Revit app. To start, you hit the New button and then click OK on Architectural Template, and then we proceed to open the app. And here we have our branding name, BIMLOAD, and www.bimlod.com is our international site that you can go to if you want. And it's our all English website, which we operate with outside of Iran. And that's why we have BIMLOAD as our international branding. But we have a different logo for our activity inside Iran, which is Iran BIM, and you can see it here. Now, let's go to the view section in the north section, and then we open up the project units. And in the format, we change the unit to meters, 2 decimal places, and M for unit symbol, which is all optional and you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And we go over here to choose our level. Let me just close this part, and then I go to the insert section. I go to load family. In the annotations folder, and then we choose these two files, triangle spot and triangle, and then I load these two up. Alright, and now let's click on edit type. Let's name this arch level. After I'm done with that, I choose the triangle spot in this section, and then I hit duplicate, and then I name this STR level, and in this spot I choose the triangle option. Now let's go back to the AutoCAD file. Now these look almost identical here, and then I hit OK. I paste these two in the arch level section. I'm just making the structural code up to this point. Now I choose this part. If we go back to the AutoCAD file, we can see the architectural code here. And according to the original AutoCAD file that we have, I put this here. Let's have it like this so I can see it clearly. And then I go back to the Revit file. And here I put in the architectural code, which is minus 2.1. After the previous code, we have +1, but we always have to remember to put the zeros on the side. This is an important tip. And then I bring this over here, and then I put in the next code, which is +1. After +1, we have 4.1. After that, I put these two on the arch level, and then we can edit the other ones afterwards. After that, we have 7.7, and then 11.3. Let me just write that here. And then I have 14.9. Let's get that over here.
And just try to pay attention to the numbers so you don't make any mistakes afterwards. After that, we go back over here. After 14.9, we have 18.5. And after 18.5, we have 22.10. And after that, we have 25.7. And after 25.7, we have 28.7. I've already explained this part before, the level setting part, in the 2020 Revit course. So you need to already know these ones. That's why I'm not explaining them fully. And then after that, we maximize it. Now let's go over them one more time. We have 28.7 here and here. We have 25.7 here and here. 22.10 here and here. 18.5 here and here. And 14.9. Now let's go back here. Then after that we have 11.3 here and here, 7.7 here and here, and then we said we have to put these two in the arch level section. We have 4.1 here and here. We have +1 on both sides, and we put the zeros in as well. And then finally -2.10 on both sides. Excellent. I select all of it, right click, and then maximize 3D extents. These are the architectural levels. We go to the structure section. I delete all these levels that have been added on because we don't need to see them in the structure, because the structure is already separate. And then for the structure, I save the file up to here. In this destination, the sample file. Let's go here, and then let's type this one in. Arch model. I've made a folder named architecture model here. And after I've done that, I hit the save button. And then let's name this one. Just remember that you have to name the folder based on the contract that you've taken. All based on your organizational standard specifications. Because one of the most important points in BIM and document management is the naming of the files, which is very key and important to us. You need to name the files correctly. For example, here we have an instructional file. I named the folder TR-10-06-98, which is the date. And after I've put in the date, I type in the first version and short for V1. And the file is saved as training architecture. Now, based on the type of structure, you can change the name here and choose in whatever you want. And we've already discussed how important it is to name a file and file management. And then I choose the file save options and I put in 10 here, and then I hit save, like this. And then in the following part, I go to the level 1 section. And here I want to turn this into a working set, so you can get familiarized with this process. This part here is not necessary, but I'm going to do it just in case. Just so you know how to do this later on, because it's very helpful in file management. But as I've said previously, you don't have to do this when you're working on a project yourself. This part is normally for team projects. But as I've said, you can use this method if you're doing a solo project as well for better file management. For example, you can put all of the walls in one section, and because you're the only one doing the project, there's no problem. And then I click on the work set. In this section, it's talking about moving levels and grids to work sets, the work sets that I'm going to be choosing. And for the elements here, I define it as workset number 1. After doing all of this, I click OK. Then the workset window will open up like this.
We have workset number 1 here, and then shared levels and grids here. And then I go to the file section, the options, and here you have the username, which you can change it later on, but it's better to have it as one username. And then again we go to the options and then the file locations, and here we have the destination for our file, and here I put in the architecture model file that I already used. After I've typed in that, I hit OK, and this is the destination that I've put in, and after that I hit save. After that I hit yes on this message, and here it will be saving it in our folder. After I've done that, I go to the save as in the project section, and I name the file as Central, CENTRAL. After that, I hit save. Then I close the project. Then on this window that pops up, I choose keep ownership. Over here, I hit open, and here I choose Central. And then I delete this one over here and this one. And this is going to be fine because this is a solo project. I choose this file over here, and then I check create new local, and then I hit open, and then it will create a new folder at the destination that I've given, and this is the user file that I already created. I go to here in the north section. If I click save here, it will save the file for me, and if I sync it here, it will be saved in the central section. After I've done all of this, I go to the manage part. After that, I go to the collaborate section.